Ferrari triumphed at the Monza circuit in a race that will undoubtedly go down in Formula One history. The Maranello team was not considered a favorite for the Italian Grand Prix, even considering a good qualifying session where, however, the Sainz and Charles Leclerc were unable to fully exploit the potential of the red car. The setup did not provide the right handling for the fast lap, with annoying understeer between the second and third sectors, and excess rotation coming out of turn 1 which compromised traction. However, despite doubts about race pace during the second free practice session, the SF-24 single-seater with a high fuel load surprised everyone, especially insiders. Although the layout of the Monza circuit might have been the main factor in Ferrari's strong showing on home turf, the Scuderia's latest developments have definitely contributed to Charles Leclerc's emotional victory at the Italian Grand Prix. Ferrari was aware of its possibilities. The simulator studies, thanks to the driver-in-the-loop software, allowed the Maranello technicians to focus on a one-stop strategy in which other teams did not believe. No rival team attempted to stop just once, believing it impossible to manage the graining generated by the white-banded Pirelli tires. This phenomenon also appeared on the SF-24 cars, but they were able to manage it effectively, allowing it to clean up gradually. The work done was exceptional, as demonstrated by the race pace maintained by the two Maranello single-seaters. All of this was possible thanks to a particular handling plan, carefully designed. Ferrari engineers ordered a series of parameters to optimize tire performance. We are referring to the numerous settings of the braking system, the power unit mappings that improve traction, and the special mapping on mid-corner rotation through the differential. Added to these elements was the extraordinary top speed displayed by the Italian cars, thanks to a lower downforce setup compared to the optimal level for Monza. This aspect allowed them to dominate on the straights. By analyzing the official Formula One GPS data, we can summarize the pace that the two Ferrari cars were able to maintain during the race. Looking at the telemetry data, the consistency of the red car with both compounds is evident. Winning at the Monza circuit, the home Grand Prix, is always a result of immense value for Ferrari. It is an indescribable emotion that must be experienced to be fully understood. These are the words of John Elkann on Ferrari's achievement. The New York entrepreneur and president of the Prancing Horse dedicates this unexpected triumph to the wave of fans who flocked to the track during the 16th round of the 2024 Formula One Championship. The supporters literally pushed Charles Leclerc in the final phase of the race until he crossed the finish line. This was conveyed by the nephew of the unforgettable Gianni Agnelli. John Elkann gives great praise to the entire group, recognizing the tireless and flawless work on every front to achieve such an important milestone. Regarding the Ferrari in Monza form, only good things can be said, and with a broad view of the weekend, an important fact is highlighted. The aggressive, confident, and never-giving-up attitude of the historic Formula One team allowed every single element to fully express its potential. This can be defined as a true team victory, showcasing the Maranello team's maximum potential. However, basking in victory is never a good thing. Admonishing the team is certainly not the point of the sentence just written. Nevertheless, after the happiness-induced hangover from the triumph, there are without a doubt a couple of issues to reflect on. The first concerns the tires. The splendid performance with the tires must not remain an isolated incident. Ferrari must study its performance in depth in order to be able to replicate it consistently, not only when, for various reasons, the context is favorable and allows it. Optimizing tire usage in this modern Formula One is crucial. Doing so brings benefits. The other important issue concerns the Ferrari's floor. The new one, to be clear, the latest version. This major component has been revised in all its parts and analyzed by our editorial team through a dedicated piece. As we know, it is not the first version of the SF-24 floor that the Maranello team has produced in the 2024 Formula One season. The one introduced at the Circuit de Catalunya in Barcelona, for example, miserably failed its task. The results on the track of this incorrect specification were evident. On the contrary, the Monza specification did not cause any problems, delivering results on this type of circuit, according to the team. Nevertheless, the Italian track was not the right competitive context to fully judge the component in question. Do doubts remain? Oh yes. Even Ferrari team principal Frédéric Vasseur seems to have them, as the Frenchman candidly admitted that with such an extreme aerodynamic configuration as the one used for the Italian track, it was not possible to understand whether the floor expressed the expected load and stability values accurately. the race pace was more linked to tire management, according to the ever-cheerful Frédéric Vasseur. The French manager is not trying to downplay it, but he is trying to be as realistic as possible. And he is doing very well, we might add, given the recent past. Carlos Sainz also shares this opinion and admits it in front of the media microphones. So, the Baku City Circuit and especially the Marina-based street circuit in Singapore are eagerly awaited, where the confirmations will undoubtedly be more significant. The data collected at the Fiorano circuit during the recent Pirelli testing session seems encouraging, but on a wet track surface and with the 2025 F1 compounds, full reliance cannot be made. Ferrari is awaiting the return to the track with controlled anticipation to understand if the work done by the group can be considered a solid foundation on which to build the rest of the 2024 Formula One Championship. Although it was not a huge tweak, but the Maranello-based team has also updated the side pods for the Monza weekend, introducing a new design with a more pronounced undercut. In addition, the Scuderia updated the nose as well. The position of the nose camera has been slightly tweaked in order to achieve a better interaction between front wing upwash and front suspension legs, offering an improved flow quality downstream. The team also altered the mirror stay, introducing a shorter design compared to the previous one. The Italian outfit noted that as for the nose camera update, the primary aim is to improve flow quality towards the back of the car. Furthermore, Ferrari was among several teams which developed a Monza-specific rear wing. The new assembly featured depowered top and lower rear wing profiles in order to adapt to Monza layout peculiarities and efficiency requirements. Interestingly, the Maranello team also brought its last year's Monza rear wing as a backup solution if the new design had not behaved as expected in the first free practice sessions for the Italian Grand Prix. To achieve a good aerodynamic balance, Ferrari also brought a depowered front wing flap for the SF-24 single-seater to Monza. Similar to the rear wing, the Italian team had a range of trims available to allow modulation. Meanwhile, calibration work continues in Ferrari's wind tunnel in Maranello, following the installation of a new moving belt during the summer break. The hardware upgrade took 15 days, and it will take a similar amount of time to fully optimize the software. With the new moving belt, Ferrari can improve the quality of wind tunnel tests by bringing the 40% scale model closer to the ground. This enhancement allows Diego Tondi's aerodynamics team to conduct more comprehensive tests, including evaluating the car's performance with increased steering angles. A more detailed aerodynamic map should help design a car that is less sensitive to wind gusts. September will therefore be a strategic month for Ferrari, as the team led by Fred Vasseur measures its ambitions for the final part of the 2024 Formula One season and prepares to potentially welcome Lewis Hamilton into the fold.